You have to find a dream that's so big that it overwhelms all of your fears and causes you to never give up. Everybody on the way to where you're trying to get to, you have a decision. In one day you can go forward and you turn back. The problem is the average person turns back from a dream. You have the vision. In the vision, you are sure, positive that if other people could see your vision, they would be amazed. Your goals and dreams have to be bigger than your problems. If you're going through hell, man, keep going. I mean, why would you stop there? You know, I was in hell, so why stop now? If you know you're going through hell, you should keep going. Where you get to the next level of your life is keep going. Keep going, keep running. Even when you don't even know if you get turns into chaos. You cannot be great if you cannot operate in chaos. You have to want something so big that it wakes you up in the middle of the night. You have to want something so big that you think about it all the time, that it drives you to wake up when you don't want it. It keeps you up at night when you long have been sleepy. It makes you show up, do things you wouldn't normally do it. How many times in your life have you gone through something you thought you wasn't gonna make it? What you have to do is to be steady in the storm. If you're steady, you are lasted. If you're steady, you are outlived. If you're not steady, it's only because you don't have the faith to believe that there's something on the other side of it. So easy to put things off. So easy to say, we're gonna do it tomorrow. Well, I want you to reprogram your brain and tell yourself that tomorrow is not a viable option. Tomorrow doesn't work. You do it today. Today. You get it done today. That's what you do. Always go to something bigger than yourself. Have faith. You know that you're going what you're supposed to be. You know, doing is one thing, but you got to believe that this is your destiny and this is what you're supposed to be doing in life. You know, if you really want it, and I think as a human sometimes you feel like you always gotta wait for the right time. Would make sense to you to actually start executing? To actually stop making excuses, to doing the things that you always really want to do. You just got to start doing until you have had the taste of finishing, of victory. You will not respect yourself until you follow through, until something is done, tears and struggles and pain, and you go through it anyway, and you show up, and you continue to fight on no matter the circumstances. After a while, something begins to happen inside of you. It's an urge. Every king has felt it. Every lion has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. To urge to quit. Don't you dare to give up on your dream. Don't you dare. It's very difficult to pick up yourself up each day believing that, yes, I can do this. Many times you will doubt yourself. You know, there are many people who have the limitations in their mind. You have lost that fire who, because of the experiences of life, and said, well, I can do that. A lot of people never try anything differently because when they thought about doing something at some critical point in their life, somebody they respected and honored, someone they trusted said, "You can do that," and they accepted that. Most people aren't obsessed with their goals because they don't believe they're worthy of them. It's easy to dream about what you want. We're all looking for this golden purpose, but we have to do something every day to achieve those dreams. You want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't. What I do tell people is to get after it. I tell people to do the things that they know they're supposed to do. There's things that you know you're supposed to do as a human being, things that you know are going to improve your life. Do those things. If there are things that you know are going to make you a worse person and make your life worse, don't do those things. You have to start living your life in expectation. You have got to start expecting great things to happen for you in order for it to happen. If you live your life in expectations, that's what happens to you. If you live your life in despair, that's what happens to you. Here's what I want to say to you. For those of you that have experienced some hardship, don't give up on your dreams. If you show up for the fight is half over. When you show up, you'll never win a fight you don't show up for. Say to yourself, I'm showing up for this here. I am ready to face my failures and learn something. Here I go again, and I got what it takes. This is my day, and nothing out here is going to stop me. You have to eat the dream, you have to sleep the dream, you have to dream the dream. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. There's more in you right now that's representing your bank account. There's more in you right now that's being reflected by your life right now. Your life is not a true reflection of your potential. You have greatness within you. You have the ability to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. There is no shame in wanting something. This whole world is based on wanting, on dreams, on desires. So you've got to discover your gift, and when you discover it, you got to soak it. You got to wring it out, man. You got to diversify it. Most of us only have one talent, but do you know that that's all you need? Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your grief, reviving it every day, and say to yourself, it's not over until I win. If you just understood the principle of success, you could be successful. No matter what, anybody can be successful. You just got to get out your way. Wherever you come from, you won't have time to return there and say bye-bye. How will you use your time? You have this attitude, that kind of earnestness. I think a lot of things will change, and so much for better, nothing to carry over, no account for tomorrow, everything today. Don't lose your way. If you do that, what's next? Alright, imagine that. You've made no progress. None. You never moved. You might even be further from your goal than you were. Why did you let that happen? Think to yourself, maybe I can do it. And so you give up and you let it fade, and you settle You settle for mediocrity, you settle for average, you settle for, oh, well, but no, no. Don't do that, man. Life's short. Go harder than you did last year. Whatever you thought you did, it wasn't enough. Go harder and find a way to enjoy it. That's when you mastered the game. Every problem that we have can be looked at two ways. We can look at it as difficult to get rid of, but we can look at it as a message from our true selves. Any problems comes along not in order to make our lives miserable, but actually it would make our lives less miserable. Through solving them, and the suffering that it imposes is an attempt to wake us up. You know, nobody in life is flawless, nobody is perfect. It's impossible. You can try to be as perfect as you want, but ultimately you're going to come across mistakes. You're going to come across flaws, and I think the real perfection is in perfecting your imperfection. The knowledge that you have emerged, wiser and stronger from setbacks, means that you are pure in your ability to survive. You will never truly know yourself or the strength of your relationships until both have been tested by adversity. Such knowledge is a true gift, and this gift, it's all you. Do something about it every day. Every day do something that moves you toward that goal, that keeps the goal alive and in sight and in focus. However small or insignificant that step might seem, take it, do it. To that little piece, make it happen, because that goal isn't going to achieve itself. I mean, think about if you're gonna do something, no matter what, easy, hard, you must have a very clear vision, a very clear goal of where you want to go, because only then you will get there. And have the best airplane or the best ship in the world, but if the captain is nowhere to go, it will just drift around. If the pilot doesn't know where to go, he will just drift around with his plane. So have a clear vision. Another thing, you have to prepare mentally. Don't listen to the naysayers, because there's always people out there that will question you. They would not understand your crazy dreams. They wouldn't understand and accept your visions about future, and ultimately they will refuse to believe in you. Don't listen to the naysayers. If you find your passion, you're gonna have this strong momentum. Do the next thing to keep the momentum going, and the reason you get yourself in a passionate place is that you change your life, and the only thing that changes your life is making a decision. So while you're in this passionate state, that's where you make decisions. A decision is the first step. Your mind is thinking about it. All these dungeons that we've created, all these trapdoors, most of the time we quit is because we don't have any mental tools to get us through the other side. So my whole thing for people is you have to examine, why are you doing it in the first place? Allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to imagine and fantasize about all your career goals and the kind of life you would really like to live. You have to have a dream if you want to make a dream come true. So imagine that you have no limitations on what you can be or have or do in life. You have no limits. Do not go gentle into that good night. If you're going to try, Go all the way, otherwise don't even start. If you're going to try, go all the way. Could rain, cold, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. Go all the way despite rejections and the worst odds, and it will be better than anything else you can imagine. Invent yourself and then reinvent yourself. Be self-taught and reinvent your life, because you must. It is your life and its story, and the present belongs only to you. If you can keep your head when all are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you could force your heart and nerve and sing you to serve your turn long after they are done, and so hold on. Some stuff takes time. Greatness takes time. Takes time to build your life. It takes time to build your career. You got to be prepared for greatness. You want to surround yourself with people that are hungry. People that are hungry or willing to do the things that the others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow. Or others won't have people that are hungry. Do what they know, not what they feel. You already know who you are, and the peace that we're after lies somewhere beyond personality. So many of us choose our path out of fear. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. The truth is that you can ask the universe for it. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through your dreams to become reality. You already have something special. What you're afraid of doing is working hard at it. You're afraid, and once you step up and you stare at yourself in the mirror and know who the hell you are, and you fail, but you fail forward and you learn, you put yourself in a better position to succeed. And then once you get one level, that you go to the next one. See, a lot of people, they stay at that one level because it's comfortable. I am fragile, I feel pain, I hurt, I open my eyes, I create victory, I do not give up, I feel no fear, I fear no man, I create, I conquer, I hold power. Make a choice. Decide, make a choice. Just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide, and then from that point the universe is going to get out your way. We can't have another bad year. You've got to get to the point where enough is enough. This is kind of hard to understand, but sometimes you can try so hard in something. Sometimes you can be so prepared and still fail. And with every time you fail, it's painful. So no matter how great the setback, how severe the failure, you never give up. You never give up. You pick yourself up, you brush yourself off, you push forward, you move up, you adapt. Say it loud. I won't be stopped. I can't be stopped. Then on the other side of temporary pain, you meet your other self. It's much easier to come up with excuses and why you can't do it. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. You can do what is easy. Complain about your situation, your circumstances, surrender and give up on your dreams, become depressed, angry and desperate. Anybody can do that. I say it again. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. You got to change your strategies, and changing your strategy means reinventing your life, recreating you, and you have the power to do that. You can decide that you're going to stand up to life. You can decide that I am going to live each day as if it were my last. I am willing for people to laugh at me. I am willing to gut this out. I am willing to make this happen. It's my time. It's possible. It's necessary. It's hard. It's worth it. My friend, success is a very lonely road. Along that road, you're not going to see too many friends. Keep going. If you just keep going, it's gonna get lighter. Pain always leaves a gift. Always. It's not going to change for you, so all pain, no matter what it is. And if you can survive it, on the other side of it, you will need personality, traits, emotions, thoughts, people, circumstances, versions of you that you didn't know existed before. I mean, wouldn't it be a shame for you to quit when you're this close? Wouldn't it be a shame for you to walk away when you come this far? Wouldn't it be horrible for you to bail out when you're just this close to victory? You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it. The world is tough. We're training kids and people to be soft in a world that continuously gets harder. How many times in your life have you gone through something you thought you wasn't gonna make it? What you have to do is to be steady in the storm. If you're steady, you are lasting. If it's steady, you are living. If you're not steady, it's only because you don't have the faith to believe that there is something on the other side of it. Better have a part about you that's tough, the part about you that can break down situations and get better. The devastation, the trauma is going to come, and you can't allow that to become a barrier. It has to be something that you can maneuver through very quickly, then move forward. That takes a lot of toughness. You have to shut off technology. Go to that dark place. I call it the midnight room, where you're alone. No cell phones, no music, no TV, no computers. Shut life off a little bit and go to a dark place in your mind and figure out the puzzle of what you want to be, piece by piece, step by step. If you don't know what you want to be, it's because you haven't spent time, real time, with yourself. Spend time with yourself, and once you find that passion, that purpose, your goals, your purpose, everything, when they start lining up, don't stop, keep going, work hard on yourself. Discipline is your best friend, trust me. It will take care of you like nothing else. Discipline will put you on the path to strength and health and intelligence and happiness. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired. Do it anyway. It's cold outside. Do it anyway. It's too late. Do it anyway. You have a job. Do it anyway. I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline, you ain't nobody. And nothing about discipline because you give up on the slightest struggle without discipline. It's going to do what you hate to do. You might think you are suffering, but through suffering, you will discover your real power. What if the truth is that changing your life is one away. One decision, one meeting, one conversation, one extra phone call, one extra rep in the gym. You start stacking up those more and more. That's the separator in life. We don't get our goals, we get our standards. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself, and don't be afraid to be different. Man, you ain't got to fit in the crowd. I tell my son all the time, why are you following everybody when you were clearly meant to leave people that don't have their own visions? They become vision killers. They want nothing more than to talk you out of your own visions. They don't have dreams for themselves. They don't have any hopes. They are hopeless. They are uninspired, unmotivated. They have no dreams. They have nothing. But you, my friend, you are a conqueror with a strong mindset. We don't know what our future is, but if you're willing to work your ass off to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more pain and failures at first than achievements, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will never regret it. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember that struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. If you have a plan to achieve your dreams, have just one plan. You don't need a plan B. Do you know why? Because every thought that you put into plan B, you're taking away now that thought, that energy from your initial plan. So stick with plan A until you reach the top. My friend, you know, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% what you do about it. To reach the top, the first step is getting completely and brutally honest enough to say, I am tired of myself. When you say, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's the facilitator of change. That's when you're ready to say these words. No more fucking excuses. Man, do that thing that keeps you up at night, makes you excited. You can quit thinking about it. You make up in the middle of the night, you got a new idea. That's what you got to chase, cause anything else is going to disappoint you. You're gonna forever be sad. If you don't chase that dream, you're gonna forever be miserable, man. If you really want to be transformed, you have to live an intentional life. Most people don't need their life. They accept their life, and when you accept your life, you're leaving one things that are not worthy of your time and effort and energy. To go uphill, you have to be intentional. Nobody ever went uphill by accident. You'll never read a book on accidental achievements. You have to be intentional with what you do and who you are. I have never met people who became incredibly successful in any area of their life until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus, and through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass. Do things that you have to push mentally through. And if you do those things and you continue to do those things, you'll get mentally stronger. The scary thing is when you give up, when you don't push, when you stay in bed, when you eat that fucking donut, you're getting mentally weak. So get up, develop the muscle, develop that brain power to push through when things kind of suck, When they suck, go to them anyway. It will make you stronger. Don't you dare to give up. If you want to be the best of the best, if you want to survive no matter what happens, if you want to thrive no matter what happens, go to the mirror and say, no surrender. If you want to win, you got to do it. Do it alone, do it broke, do it tired, do it scared, no matter what, just do it. Fight for it. You have to fight for your dreams. Do you know that showing up for the fight is half over when you show up? One way or another, you will win. Your dreams are phenomenal. The light that you have for yourself is phenomenal. In your dreams, your bank account is phenomenal. The things that you do, the way that you live, what you have is phenomenal. My friend, you are amazing.